Welcome back to another ukulele tutorial. I'm Lara, and today I'm showing you 4 ways to play Blowin' in the Wind. We'll start off with an easy strumming pattern, and then I'll show you 3 beautiful finger-picking patterns. This tutorial is for all levels, so if you're at a beginning level, then start off with the easy strumming pattern, and as you progress, then you can move into the intermediate finger-picking patterns. As you learn these different patterns, you can use any one of them to play through the entire song, or you can alternate between them and play different patterns on different verses. In this tutorial, you'll see the lyrics and the chords on screen, and you'll also find them in a PDF link down in the video description. I want to point out that I'm playing a tenor with a low G. If you have a high G on your instrument, you can still follow this entire tutorial. Just keep in mind that your 4th string will be 1 octave higher than mine. This song has only 4 chords in it. Let's take a quick look at these chords and I'll give you a couple tips on the chord transitions. Our first chord is A, followed by D, E7, and F sharp minor. I have 2 tips for you on the chord changes. The first is going from D to E7. The tip here is to leave your middle finger down. So when you play your D chord, leave your middle finger right where it is and move your index and your ring fingers to form your E7 shape. The other tip is going from A to F sharp minor. The only difference between these 2 chords is the ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string for F sharp minor. So when you start on your A chord, leave your index finger and your middle finger down right where they are, and then place your ring finger down to form your F sharp minor chord. Now let's take a look at our first pattern, which is called the island strum. This is one of the most popular strumming patterns for ukulele. Here's what it sounds like. Let's take a look at this pattern up close. Here's the island strum played nice and slow. The pattern here is down, down, up, up, down, up. Down, down, up, up, down, up. The rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This song has 3 verses, and the chord structure for all 3 is exactly the same. So if you know how to play one verse, you know how to play all 3. In this tutorial, we're going to play through verses 1 and 2, so you know that verse 3 is played the same way. Now let's apply the island strum to the first 4 lines of the first verse. For each of the verses, on the first line, we'll play our pattern once on A, once on D, and then twice on A. For the second line, the A carries over, so we'll play the pattern once on A, once on D, and then twice on E7. This chord sequence then repeats for lines 3 and 4, and then repeats again for lines 5 and 6. First, I'll share how it sounds to use this strumming pattern on line 1 without any singing. Let's use this island strum to sing through the first 4 lines of the first verse. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? And now for our first finger picking pattern. Here's what this one sounds like. a close look at this one. I'm starting with my thumb on the 4th string, my index finger on the 3rd string, then I'm playing strings 1 and 2 together with my middle and ring fingers, and then back to the 3rd string with my index finger. The rhythm of this pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's use this first finger picking pattern to play lines 5 through 8 of the first verse. First, I'll share what it sounds like to use this pattern on line 5 without any singing. Lines 5 and 6 will be played the same way as lines 1 and 2. The chord sequence is the same. For lines 7 and 8, we'll play this pattern once on every chord until we get to the final A on line 8. For that final A, we'll play this pattern twice. Now let's add in the lyrics and play lines 5 through 8. How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. If you're enjoying this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for subscribing. Now we're moving into our second finger picking pattern. Here's what this one sounds like. Let's take a close look at this one. Here's a look at this pattern played nice and slow. I'm playing my thumb on the 4th string, index finger on the 3rd string, middle finger on the 2nd string, and back to the 3rd string with my index finger. So this is the first half. For the second half, I'm going down to the 1st string with my ring finger, then back up to the 3rd string with my index finger, 2nd string with my middle finger, and back to the 3rd string with my index finger. Here's the whole pattern, putting this all together. The rhythm of this pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's use this second finger picking pattern to play lines 1 through 4 of the second verse. For verse 2 and verse 3, the chord sequences that are used are exactly the same as in verse 1. First, I'll share how it sounds to apply this finger picking pattern to the first line of any of the verses. Now let's play lines 1 through 4 of the second verse. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Our final pattern is a Travis picking pattern. Here's what this sounds like. If you're interested in learning this pattern, I'll put a link above to my tutorial on Travis picking, where I walk you through it step by step, as well as a few variations. Here's how it sounds if I apply this Travis picking pattern to line 5 of any of the verses. Now I'll use this pattern to play lines 5 through 8 of verse 2. many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Now it's time for our play along. I'm going to play through the entire song, instrumental only, so you can really hear how it sounds to move through each of the patterns. The chords and lyrics will be on screen, so you can play along with me, and if you'd like, you can also sing the lyrics. You can play through the song using just one pattern, or you can alternate between multiple patterns that we've learned. Now I'll count us in. 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope you've enjoyed learning these 4 different patterns. Have fun with your ukulele, and thank you so much for watching.